Mike. Oh my gosh. Mike, let's see what you got. That's not how it works, Mike.
Whoops.
You're not supposed to hit it. Oh my goodness. One last one, Mike. Come on. Oh, in the hole. Look at that. I'm not playing around today, Mike Irwin.
Standing this way.
Oh my goodness. It's game day, baby. You know what I mean? Mississippi State. Down, relax, probably have a beverage, do whatever you can there. We'll check back in with you a little bit later. But Mike, first of all, I dominated you in Bago. I will say that.
That's because I'm off to the side.
We're standing at the same angle, Mike.
I don't care. I can't do this.
It's all good. It's all good. But the interesting thing about today's game, I want to talk about the offense. Back when I played, there were so many games when we played with Neutrino, when we played against a high-powered offense, we just had to pretty much outscore them when our defense struggled slowing down a good quarterback, and Mississippi State has a good one. Our offense today is going to be key in keeping us in this game.
That's right. You not only got to outscore these guys, basically, you got to keep their offense on the bench. Now, the air raid offense offers a big challenge. One of the best ways to do that is to use your own offense. I recall Brett Bielema in 2016 went to Lubbock, used Alex Collins. Arkansas limited Texas Tech. Now, it was Cliff Kingsbury, not Mike Leach, but it's still the air raid, and he limited them to 3 offensive possessions in the entire second half. It's strategy that worked. The question is, will Kendall Briles slow the game down and use the running game more?
No, I don't think we need to slow down. This is what we do. I think we need to do what we do more effectively.
And that includes a better understanding of assignments and better communication on the field. Pittman says Felipe Frank spent too much time having to direct traffic before the snap against Georgia. That issue has been the focus in practice this week.
Just say, for instance, Tyson Morris, he gets to play, and I don't get it, him communicating to me and me communicating it all the way across, It's just something to work on.
The 2 senior leaders on this offense each had frustrating games against Georgia, mostly through no fault of their own. Sam Pittman's forget it and move forward philosophy apparently served them well in preparing for Mississippi State.
They haven't skipped a beat. They're ready for the challenge. They've been pushing us. They've been pushing the whole team. You can tell there's definitely a fire in them, and they're ready to go out there and win.
Another point of emphasis this week has been making better in-game adjustments. Pittman says his staff can't do that if they don't get proper input from the players.
We'll trust the coaches. We'll try to adjust to what we see. Be truthful with us when you come off. Hey, if you got beat, let us know. We're not trying to chase ghosts. As fast as we can get this thing adjusted, the better off we can be. And let's don't wait till the end of the game or halftime to make an adjustment.
Dealing with better press coverage is another adjustment this team has been working on all week. The Hogs receivers need to get open quicker and more often.
We have the same physical defense as the other SEC teams. So, we just go out there and work every day, and, they compete with us. And obviously our position coach, Coach Stepp, he's physical with us with bags and everything. We just work at that every day.
Getting receivers open quickly is half the issue. Dealing with an MSU blitzing defense that recorded 8 sacks against LSU is the other half of the equation.
They do a lot of movement. They do a lot of line games. And their guys are quick and fast. There's so many guys that can get to the quarterback. Certainly, we've been working on all those type stunts and blitzes this week.
Okay, here are Arkansas's numbers offensively against Georgia. 280 total yards, only 77 of that rushing. 3 of 14 on third down attempts. 24-14 possession time and 3 turnovers. They got to do a lot better than that tonight. Now, look, Sam Pittman said the offense won't change. You just heard him, but I think he was just sort of saying that. I don't think he wants to tip his hand. I do expect the Hogs to run it a lot more in this game. You let Rakeem Boyd kind of burn them with some gouge plays, and I think he'll stop that blitzing or at least dial it back some.
Yeah, and that's what's going to start, Mike. Rakeem Boyd, only 1.9 yards per carry. I think we're going to bring Alyssa back here in just a second. If anybody knows the offensive coordinator, it would be Alyssa Orange, because he was at Florida State the other year ago, and he did very well with the running back. What do you see that he needs to do to get Rakeem Boyd into this ballgame?
Well, look, Rakeem Boyd can't have 21 yards in this game. They're not going to win if that happens. But what I know that Kendall Briles likes to do if the run game isn't working is do a little bit of what Mississippi State does with Kylan Hill and kind of have some dump-off passes and let Rakeem Boyd run in space. Because if he can get some room, you know he's going to go. And that's something that Rakeem Boyd has worked on. You know, when he came back, Sam Pittman told us one of the things NFL scouts was telling them that he needs to have better hands, work on his hands and his catching game a little bit more. So let's see if we get Rakeem Boyd out in space, little dump passes here or there, and see if that maybe gets things going a little bit.
Yeah, Briles trying to be very creative in his play calling, Mike. I wasn't here, so I didn't get to see a reaction. But what do you think about his intent to try to mix it up with like the double reverses, the reverse passes? Do you feel like that was too soon and he should have just stuck with maybe the short passes here or there?
Yeah, I don't know. Some of the fans said that where you call a trick play like that reverse near the goal line, that's dangerous. Sam Pittman said, look, I mean, we're going to call trick plays, special plays. He said the key is not when you do it, it's how it's done. And I agree. Every time I see a trick play blow up, it's because of bad execution.
Absolutely.
And if you execute it, it works, and everybody thinks you're
smart. A genius.
And you're a dummy if it doesn't work, and it's usually because of lack of execution.
Absolutely. Sometimes you got to roll the dice. Man, this is nice. I like this setup. I'm just waiting for where's my cold brew at? Do we drink here? Is that what's in this bad boy right here?
You got Dr. Pepper Tower behind you.
Okay, we can Dr. Pepper with a little something extra. We'll see. Anyway, guys, we're about to go to break, but coming up next, one of my favorite things, the tape don't lie. We're going to be looking at my breakdown, and I'm actually going to show you why we might actually be okay going against a guy that set an SEC record in passing yards just last week. We're going to have more in DJ's breakdown after the break.